Good afternoon. It is 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. We'll call the City Council meeting of the City of New Ulm to order. At this time, item number 1 is the consent agenda. Councilors, what are your wishes?
I'll offer a motion to approve those.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion does carry. Section 2, licenses and permits, item 2.1, bingo and Raffles gambling permit for Cathedral of the Holy Trinity.
I'll offer a motion approving the issuance of lawful gambling permit for Cathedral of Holy Trinity to conduct bingo and raffles gambling at Cathedral of Holy Trinity at 605 North State Street on Friday, March 22nd, Sunday, June 23rd, and Friday, November 8th, 2024.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion does carry. Item number 2.2 is a lawful gambling premises permit for New Ulm Baseball Association.
I'll offer a resolution to approve the issuance of a lawful gambling premise permit for the New Ulm Baseball Association to conduct lawful gambling at August Shell Brewing Company at 1860 Shells Road, New Ulm.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Wormka?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item number 2.3 is a tree service license.
I'll offer a motion to approve the issuance of a tree service license for construction and tree services LLC owned by Matthew Dorr, 209 Snow Ridge, LeSueur, Minnesota, for the period beginning February 21st, 2024 and ending June 30th, 2024, subject to compliance with all city and state requirements.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? I just had a question. Does that mean he's one of the kind of tree compliant folks that can work on trees and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion does carry. Reports from councilors. Item number 3.1, summary business conducted during board and commission meetings.
I can start. I was just at one Zoom meeting with their childcare report, and what we're kind of looking at is where do we go next? You know, we've added the daycare facility, so where do we go now? And there's still a lot of requests for daycare after school, and so we're taking a look at that. We're also taking a look at now that we do have these 40-some extra daycare slots, what is the number now? Where are we? We know we haven't solved the problem, but you know, where is it? So we're doing a survey now, trying to get some more information on that. And the last thing is our comprehensive plan is coming up this week, and hopefully we'll wrap that up this week with more information at our next meeting.
Thank you.
Heritage preservation. Most of you are aware already that we did approve the Flick building marker. This is going to be a historic marker at 500 Center Street. Next it will go to the Cemetery and Monuments Commission, and hopefully will be placed over there in the near future. 500 South Minnesota, the old Tauschig grocery store, it now is a photography place. They were given the go-ahead to replace 2 wood doors in the front of the building. Park Department, I was not able to attend, but further down your agenda, you'll have donations, and also a nice article in the journal. The Park Commission gave the go-ahead for the Pearl music signage, which was approved. That's going to go in German Park, Herman Heights, Nails, Riverside, and the Pollinator Parks. And also, I believe Mr. Schugel has scheduled a comprehensive meeting for March, correct? Workshop, not a meeting, workshop. That's it.
Great, thank you.
I don't have anything from the sister cities because we didn't have a quorum, so we didn't have a meeting.
Okay.
Transportation Department, through Safe Routes to Schools, are applying for some pretty nice grants that we will qualify for. The ideas that they're out there are back to kind of that safety idea by Center Street and Garden, and then other ideas that are out there, but we're most likely going to be qualifying for some good grants. And then the fire department has approached me to possibly need a little bit of city assistance with the royalty program in years to come. It's something under the fire department's umbrella, but they might need a little extra help from the city going forward. So just something in the future.
Deal, thank you. Regarding the EDA, we are working, or we had approved an extension of the agreement we have with Newbrick. And then in regards to the childcare, yes, we recently, the cohort, and I apologize, I don't attend a lot of the meetings, but I read the notes and minutes. And so, even with that new pod model that we have, we still have, 90-some available slots that we're looking to fill for children. The survey that was sent out to the school parents through ISD 88 indicates that the need for after-school care is still very critical for parents that don't have the flexibility that other parents have to leave work and pick up children and that kind of thing. And then in my conversations with colleagues around the state, daycare is really still an issue. There's $39 million in grant funding available for it, some of which I think we should go after. And the pod model, and again, we weren't the first to do this pod model in Minnesota. This came from the grant that we received from First Children's Finance. But the way that we did it and went about it and made it happen is really getting us some serious statewide attention. And they believe that this model is going to be, what other cities need to do looking forward. And so we can expect some of our outstate colleagues to come visit and continue to tour. Senator Smith was supposed to come down and tour with us last week, but she had a conflict and had to stay in D.C. And I know Senator Klobuchar wants to come down and look at that as well. So, this daycare thing is still a big issue, but it's something that, we've been getting right. But like Les said, there's still so much more work to do. So we will continue to work on that. Otherwise, anyone?
I guess there's one other thing that wasn't
Sure.
fully New Ulm City Council related, but I went to session priorities at the state capitol, where they kind of talk about what their main focus is for the upcoming year for their agenda, and one of their main focuses was on making permitting be more efficient for cities, and that was really positive to hear that is something that they're seeing as a need, that long-term permitting process for new ideas and new development, that's something they're going to try to expedite in the next year. So that was pretty positive to hear.
Good news. Good news. Anyone else? Okay, thank you for those updates. Under old business, moving on to item number 4.1, ordinance number 2024-080, second consideration for fence and private swimming pools.
I'll offer a motion to conduct a second considerization of ordinance number 2024-080, amending the city code of the City of New Ulm regarding fencing requirements for private swimming pools and requirements for obtaining demolition permits, and approve the summary of ordinance to be published in the New Ulm Journal.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion?
Do we get any feedback or any concerns? No? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And we did kind of go through and discuss this a little bit at the last meeting as
Yep.
well. So any additional comments? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 4.2, ordinance number 2024-081. It's the second consideration for zoning amendment.
Motion to conduct the second consideration of ordinance number 2024-081, amending Appendix A of the City Code zoning ordinance of the City of New Ulm to include requirements to remove footings and foundations during the building demolition process, and approve the summary of ordinance amendment to be published in the New Ulm Journal.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion?
Getting any feedback? Nothing from the citizens? Great. Thank you.
Perfect. Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion does carry. Item number 5.1, 2023 year-end transfers and encumbrances. Director Jorgensen?
Counselors, this is an annual request. The department heads have all reviewed their budgets from 2023 compared to their actuals, and submitted requests for some of the items they'd like to carry over for expense or funds that weren't spent out of the budget. The request also includes the 290 fund budgeted transfers. So you can see those again, and then it includes any other transfers that were made during the year that weren't in the budget, but they were approved by you when they were made. And then the last thing on there is just the funds that are closing for the year, and that's just more of a housekeeping item for the audit, so we have your approval on those.
The only question I had was on the blight amount, the 25,000. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So this was the first year of it, so we're establishing that fund, so that, that first 25,000 will go into it. It's like the capital improvement funds for the facility improvements or the fire department. It'll sit there until we need it. So like the house that was just taken down, those expenses will come out of there.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Thank you. And it's our intent to put 25 in there every year?
That's what we have budgeted so far, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We can always, watch where it goes as we go through the budget season.
I'll offer a resolution approving the recommended 2023 year-end transfers and encumbrances.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, motion carries. Item number 5.2, Tax Exempt General Obligation Permanent Improvement Revolving Fund Bonds, Series 2024.
Counselors, this is just another annual item. It just allows us to start spending money on those projects for the year and then use the bond funds to reimburse those once we get those in August.
Thanks. Yeah. I'll offer resolution to declare official intent of the City of New Ulm to reimburse utility, street, alley, and other capital expenditures with proceeds of tax-exempt general obligation permanent improvement revolving funds bond, Series 2024.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
It's a resolution.
Oh, sorry.
Resolution.
Yes, Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item number 5.3 is a memorandum of understanding with Greenlaw Homes LLC.
Council President, councilors, before you is an MOU with Greenlaw Homes, and this is in preparation of them paying off the back taxes owed on the property of Highland and Maplewood. So in order for them to pay off the back taxes, they wanted to make sure that these things were outlined so we can change, that we have to change the name for the planned unit development, the development agreement, and the plat, and that we will retain ownership of that land until they get their construction loan. Once they get their construction loan, they will pay off all the utility assessments in full at that point in time.
One question, I believe this development you said could be a year or two out.
Yeah, so part of the development agreement that we'll put in there, and we'll work with them on that, is we'll probably put a 3-year time frame in there.
Okay.
Because of just where the construction season currently is. They might not do anything this year and start next year for the construction.
Well, I think it's a start. We got to do something. So I'm going to offer the resolution, authorize the city manager to execute memorandum of understanding MOU with Greenlaw Homes LLC for the sale and convenience of property located at 1800 North Highland Avenue.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item number 5.4, Career Expo Fee Request. Mr. Schugel.
Thank you, Councilor Betker and City Councilors. Before you is a request from the Career Expo Committee made up of the New Ulm Chamber of Commerce, local businesses and representatives of the school district has made to move the Career Expo back to the Civic Center. So the last time it was held at the Civic Center was in 2019. In the meantime, they've been at the school district, and the school district has been a very convenient location. However, on a gym floor, some of the unique things that businesses can do to highlight their operations and equipment that they have can't be supported on gym floors, which could be in the South Arena or either arena at our Civic Center. With this request, though, they are asking that we waive fees for the drive floor 2024 rates of this year, and that has been typical in the past. So I am here today presenting this request, as staff does not have power to waive the fees that are associated in the fee schedule. But I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone may have.
I don't have any issues with waiving it because of the numbers I see, that 650 to 850 kids a year. I think it's a fantastic program.
I've been part of, I'm not currently, but I've been part of this group and helped at this event, and it's really interesting. I don't know if they're still doing the 8th grade and then the 10th grade. Is that
8th and
kind of
10th
still how they're
graders.
doing it?
Yes.
And it's really funny to watch the groups because the 8th graders, they don't have a clue. They're just kind of wandering around and looking for the candy and all the good stuff. But they're snooping around. But then you got the older kids who are a little more interested. And then they have people, I don't know if they're still having, if Sarah's still having the folks kind of wander. I was the one that would wander around to the group of kids who were nervous about going anywhere. And then I would just pop into their group and say, what are you guys interested in? Oh, we want to be a lineman or something. And then, come on with me, I'll take you over there. Or I want to be a social worker. I'll bring you over to that department. And so I hope we're still having those interceders that help bring people around. I think that was kind of a good deal and very active, very fun, very informative. I think the kids really enjoyed it. And what schools are coming?
So maybe.
Do we still have like
New
Springfield?
Ulm, I see New Ulm, GFW, Sibley East, Medelia, and Cedar Mountain have all been invited to join as well.
Yeah, great.
I'll offer the resolution to approve the Career Expo Committee request to waive the rental fee and all associated fees to hold the Career Expo at the New Ulm Civic Center, South Arena on Wednesday, March 27, 2024.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. And our last item today is item number 5.5, Park and Recreation donations.
Counselor Becker, counselors, looking for acceptance of a few donations here. First one from the women of today, honoring Tanya Wiesner in the amount of $200 for a German Park paver stone. Linda Bertrand in memory of Elmer and Betty Neidecker for $200 for a Herman Heights paver stone. And then another Herman Heights paver stone from Linda Bertrand, honoring Jim and Linda Bertrand and family for $200. So total of $600 today.
Appreciate you reading those into the record so we don't have to do it. So I'll offer a resolution and accept donations offered to the City of New Ulm through the Park and Rec Department as outlined by Joey.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Thank you. With no additional business, today's meeting is adjourned.
Oh.